Can I be blunt?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much is it going to cost us? By us, I mean the taxpayer. Because so you made it clear that playing at the University Park is temporary. So you want a soccer-specific stadium. So how much is it going to cost taxpayers?
Well, the league and we would aspire to have a soccer-specific stadium. We think that's what El Paso deserves. And all of that needs to be worked out, what it's going to cost Mountain Star and our ownership as the ballpark has, what it's ultimately going to take to put that deal together. It's complicated, and I don't, if we had the answer today, we would love to be, in such a facility.
Well, that's what I mean about putting the cart before the horse. You bought a team without a stadium. I mean, I know you said you have a stadium, but you don't have plans to stay at that
It's not
stadium.
going to be soccer specific.
Right? So if you want a stadium, it's going to have to cost somebody. So do you think that El Paso has enough of a tax base to support the baseball stadium, support the arena, and now support a soccer stadium?
It's a community of 850,000. If you ask if it has enough of a base to support something like this, 850,000 in El Paso and growing, another 200+ thousand in southern New Mexico, and a community that has supported its sports teams in a very significant way. And given the attributes of a soccer fan that I described before, we think it absolutely has the attributes to be successful in the long term, which is our goal.
Right,
Okay,
but do
so
you think that our
yesterday-
tax base can support it? Is my question.
Yeah, again, that's a question that the tax base opens up a lot of different issues. I mean, what the ballpark is a public-private partnership. It's a situation where the bonds are paid, and there's a lot of I think misperceptions about this, and it probably hasn't been explained real well. It's paid back by Mountain Star via rent that we pay. It's paid back by out-of-towners, essentially, on the hotel-motel tax, and the two of those together pay the vast majority of it. There was a financing plan that was put in place over the course of the 30 years of the ballpark that demonstrated, and this was approved by City Council way back, it seems like a long time ago, 2012, 2013, that showed that revenue streams for the first 6 or 7 years wouldn't quite cover the cost, and then ultimately at the end of the time there would be a surplus, which is a remarkable thing for any public facility, of $18 million, and we're right on schedule there.
Okay.
So, and that's paid, I'll reiterate what I said, that's paid for by hotel-motel tax dollars, plus Mountain Star via rent. And in addition, we are responsible, Mountain Star, this is a city-owned facility, to pay all of the day-to-day maintenance costs. So think about your house, and you're the one who's responsible. The roof leaks, you have to fix it.
Yeah.
If the roof blows off, that's a capital expense. And in our case, that's the responsibility of the city because they own the building. If we need to repaint, we pay those costs. And I believe if it's not the only, it's one of the only city-owned facilities in El Paso that somebody else besides the city is paying to maintain, and that's our responsibility. In addition, Mountain Star has put in at this point, and we finished our 4th season, about to go into our 5th season, about $15 million into the city-owned facility. That all belongs to the city, and we continue to improve it.
Sure, but 12 of that was because you wanted a better stadium, and so it increased the price. So
absolutely, but that's again the city stadium. So that's, you own a house and somebody else is paying to add on to it. And
right. If
you get
somebody
the
else is
benefit
renting
of
your
it.
house and they decide to put in all new landscaping, that's something that improves your property.
At the end of the day, you
No,
own it. And we let me just reiterate one other thing. We take a lot of pride in maintaining the ballpark at a first-class level because, frankly, it's one of the ways that we believe you can be successful in the long term. 2, we want people to walk into that building in year 4 and in year 14 and in year 24 and in year 30 and say, geez, this place looks like new.
And it still looks brand new.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's
we take
important.
a lot of pride. And we hope our guests and our fans and the El Paso taxpayers who ultimately own the building feel the same amount of pride.
Right.